Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Firewood Doctor. Some thoughts here on gloves and where to store them. Dummy me took my best pair of work gloves out of my wood truck to do work around the yard and stuff, and now I can't find the dang things. I have no idea where they went. So my best advice there is to keep one pair in the truck that always stays in there. And if you have a toolkit for the chainsaws, all the better. Leave it in that toolkit. You know, with your wedges and spare chains and all that stuff that you always take. Never take the gloves out of there, and always leave that toolkit in the truck. Unless you're sharpening the chains, then take the chains out and then put the chains back. But still, you want to keep a great pair of gloves. So now I found my backup pair. So I found that after, what the heck, the camera just ain't cooperating with the lighting. So as soon as a cloud moves a tenth of an inch. Anyway, so I went home, got an old pair of gloves that looks like from the time of Abraham Lincoln. they look pretty beat to snot. So then I found my backup pair, which was in the truck to begin with on the seat next to me, but it was under a bag of chips. So yeah, figure that one out. That's how I got to be this size. And it's my biggest struggle. But I lost a little bit of weight and added a little bit of muscle mass, so hopefully I can lose another. That'd be great if I could lose another 130 pounds in the next year, and then add 10 to 15 on muscle mass back. So a net of, say, 115 pounds. That would be awesome. But, we'll see how that goes. It comes down to discipline and everything else. Discipline on what I eat, mainly how much I eat. But now I got to get the big gloves out. That big gloves. Oh, boy, I am a mess. But yeah, I got got a set of gloves that I could use for now. Getting an hour and a half later start than I wanted to, because I couldn't find my gloves. Went home and I couldn't find them anywhere, and then I dug around to try to found that pair of gloves from the time of Abe Lincoln. Then I stopped in at the person running the community-wide yard sale over at Oakwood Campgrounds where I live. Stopped in and registered there. I'll have my pickup truck loaded with wood with a sign or something on it to sell that, plus some of the battery tools. I'm going to switch to all 80-volt tools. So I'll be getting rid of my pole pruner, which I never used. I only did one video on it. That's back when I had land. So get rid of that. Get rid of the weed trimmer, the string trimmer, and my leaf blower, but then replace it with 80-volt tools, so I only have 3 batteries to maintain instead of 8. So that'll be a good thing. I might get the backpack 80-volt blower. It's not as strong as a good gas backpack blower, but at least I won't have another engine to maintain. And how often am I going to use that leaf blower? Couple of days in the spring, couple in the fall, and that's it. And I might use it in the wood yard occasionally, but not for this stuff, this mess. So doubt it I'm gonna get to stacking this today, maybe later this afternoon. But first I gotta get the splitter gassed up, because that was sputtering in the last video. Get through this pile here, and then maybe I can get stacking before I have to bugger off for lunch. But this is going to take, gosh, probably 2-3 hours. 3 hours, especially if I do these ash pieces down here. Add that to the mix, because this basswood, I was burning on that last week, and it lights easy. It lights easy off of the coals, but it doesn't burn the best on its own. So that basswood is best to mix with stuff I have, like the oak. I'm going to try mixing some of the semi-seasoned wood as Joe's Premium Firewood, or Joe's Firewood videos, actually. We call it JPF for short. I'm going to try mixing some of this basswood with, grab some pieces of oak over there. They say don't get high off of your own supply. Well, I call it research and development, because I have to know what's gonna work for firewood. So I'll be reporting back on that. I'll do a test burn of that tonight. We'll see how that goes. I know it goes good with ash and pine. Basswood does great with ash and pine. So if you have trouble getting a fire going, get some cheap wood like basswood that dries fast, lights easy, but it just doesn't create the heat to keep itself going as well as it could. But mix it with the pine and nice and well seasoned and dry pine with ash, and it burns really, really good. I mean, you get some nice flame out of it. So now to get the splitter gassed up and get splitting, and hopefully I can get this pile done in a tank of gas. We'll see how it goes. Dang, wood chips keep falling in on here. That's why I don't like this engine placement. All right. Some of you are wondering why I chucked some pieces way over there. You might see them and not fling them into the pile, but you saw some go flying over there. Same thing with these. Loaded with ants, so I chucked them to a pile where I had other ant wood. But this mystery wood, I wonder if any of you can guess what this is. Basically yellow pith with a very thin whitish sapwood. And I walk around my mini log pile. Now one of these days I'll get to that. Here's a piece yet I have to split. It's right here. Kind of looks like an oak or a locust, but it isn't. Now you try to guess what it is and I'll tell you as soon as I'm done splitting. There's another piece of it right there. Try to guess what that is. I'm almost done with all the wood. I got 3 pieces of it to split. I'm almost done with all the wood. I bucked up last week in Memorial Weekend, so I got this little bit to go. Splitter was almost out of gas in that at the end of that last segment, so I filled it up so we won't run out, because I only had a couple of minutes left at most, 2 or 3, because it was down to the grooves in the tank, so I didn't want it to run it dry again. So now we finish up what I bucked here, and then I'm gonna go get something to eat.